Welcome to Okon Bros. This is Eric.
I'm Michael, and if you want to learn the secrets of the universe, the law of attraction, mysticism, brohood, gambling, movies, pop culture, archangels, good food, magic, business, health, family, and mediumship, smash that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, press that bell notification, and spread this video around like peanut butter and jelly.
So today we are covering 5 HBO Max movies we really want to see.
I'm actually really happy that they're doing this, but I'm also sad. This is like a 50-50 for me, that I'm very excited to go back to the movie theater, and they are keeping that option open to go to the movies.
Right.
But if
we can't,
if you can, you can watch this at home, which I really just hope it's for 2021, because I don't want movie theaters completely like done with.
I agree 100%. But without further ado, let's get into it. Space Jam.
This is your jam. This was your movie.
I mean, this list, as we were making the list of these 5 movies, I felt like it's every movie every millennial will want to see, because it's just everything that we grew up with. And I would consider I'm an elder millennial. Are you a millennial, or you're?
I actually found out yesterday I'm still part of Generation X, I think. I'm like on the cusp of Generation X and millennial.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'm confused. Well, maybe even like Generation Y, but who the hell knows?
I mean, I would really hope that they actually bring back MJ, right?
Nah, man.
For like a clip in it. I think it would be.
You know, like Alex, my son, and Kayla don't know who Michael Jordan is.
Isn't that crazy?
Right? Like they know LeBron James, and they know Steph Curry. They know, they know James. They know the new basketball players, but they don't know Michael Jordan.
LeBron is going to play himself, and this is going to be directed by Tune Against a New Threat. Oh, it's going to be alongside Don Cheadle. So I think Don Cheadle is actually the bad guy.
It's going to be great.
And it's going to be directed by Malcolm D. Lee, who directed Girls Trip, and it's going to be written by Ryan Coogler from Black Panther.
I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
A lot of high hopes with this movie. It is going to be coming out July 16th, 2021.
What I'm excited about is that my kids don't know Looney Tunes. My kids have no idea who Bugs Bunny is. The kids have no idea who the Roadrunner is, or Wile E. Coyote. So like, this is kind of marrying LeBron James, which is,
which every kid knows.
And Looney Tunes, which you and I know because we grew up on Looney Tunes. I mean, even Sharon and I we tried watching a Looney Tunes marathon with our children. My kids were like, who's Elmer Fudd?
Isn't that unbelievable?
I know.
Right, let's get to the next one. We got The Suicide Squad. They're calling it a pseudo sequel.
All right, so here's the deal. James Gunn doesn't make bad film, all right? He did Guardians of the Galaxy. He did Guardians of the Galaxy 2. He did have some controversy on Twitter. That's in the past. I don't agree with what he said, but I will come out.
He makes good movies.
He makes good movies. I'm going to come out and say the worst movie I've ever seen of all time, in my opinion, was the original Suicide Squad. I didn't like that movie. I didn't like the script. I didn't like the actors in it. I felt it was. Is
the same cast coming back?
Margot Robbie's coming back. There are 3 of them. I think Viola Davis is coming back.
Hold on, I have it right here. So the Task Force X on a new mission. Margot Robbie, Viola Davis, Joel Kinnaman, and Jai Courtney are reprising their role in Suicide Squad.
Yeah. So yeah, there's gonna be 3 or 4 of them in there. And
Idris Elba, John Cena.
Idris Elba. Yeah. No. All right.
Idris Elba. So John Cena's in it, and he makes everything better.
Okay, I agree with you. Suicide Squad was the worst movie ever made, in my opinion. This one will redeem.
That series definitely is in need of some redemption. Comment down below if you agree about Suicide Squad. Let's get to the next one, Dune. We have like a connection to this. So Michael, why don't you go ahead and explain how you are connected to Dune?
Yeah. So number one, Dune is my number one movie that I want to see in 2021. That's my number one movie. Huge Dune fan, huge fan of the book, huge fan of the movie. I know you really kind of can't be both, but the guy who published Monsterland, which no longer is published under his banner, Kevin J. Anderson, writes all of the Dune canon outside of the original movie. So he is a consultant. He's a producer on this new movie. He hasn't really told me much, but he has kept me in the loop as to that him and Frank Herbert's son, I forgot the guy's name, Brian Herbert, I think, they're They were consultants on this movie, and Kevin J. Anderson knows exactly what he's doing. The cast is incredible.
I was just about to say the cast. Timothy Chalamet. I saw him on
I think.
Chalamet, whatever.
Yeah.
I saw
Huge fan
him.
of him.
He was on Netflix. He did like The King or something like that. It was excellent on Netflix. And
I'm a big fan of his. He's an excellent actor. He's like he represents an entire generation.
Right. And we got Oscar Isaac, Rebecca Ferguson, Jason Momoa. That's pretty cool.
Ferguson, and
Zendaya.
No one makes bad movies. Anyone that's doing Dune, like it was casted perfectly. It's a diverse cast. It's probably my number one movie for 2021, and I am 100% going to watch it the day it comes out.
It's set to arrive October 1st, 2021.
I mean, unless the world is over by then, I am going to see Dune.
Well, nothing will surprise me with what happened in 2021.
Not 2020, I mean.
Right. The Many Saints of Newark. This is probably what I am most excited to see. I'm all for a prequel. I love prequel movies. I love origin stories of how things began. And if you guys don't know, this is the prequel to The Sopranos, probably the greatest series of all time on television, in my opinion. I don't think anything can quite beat the epicness and the soul of what The Sopranos is about.
I agree with you. My only concern about this is they might be a little too late. That the Sopranos has been off air for what 10 years now. Listen, I'm going to tell you what happened with Entourage. Entourage was one of my favorite shows of all time. I watched you and I watched every episode of Entourage every single Sunday, and then the movie came out, and they likened it to people were coming back to a party that was over.
Right.
They came back to the party. No one cared about Vincent Chase. So I
think there's enough nostalgia here for people that are going to really want to see this.
I get it.
My kids are going to be like, what are The Sopranos, of course, but
That's
I think
exactly right.
Everybody that is basically 30 and older are going to go see this.
I agree with you. You and I are certainly going to see it. We were huge Sopranos fans. I just have a little trepidation on the newer generation. I think that they're going to skip on this movie, but I want to see Paulie Walnuts as a kid. I want to see, cool. James Gandolfini, his son is playing Tony.
So listen to this. Oh, his son is playing Tony?
Yes.
God, that's so cool.
Michael Gandolfini.
Let me read this. The Sopranos that explores the tensions between the Italian-American and Black communities of Newark, New Jersey in the 1960s and 70s. The film cast includes Michael Gandolfini, Alessandro Nivola, Leslie Odom Jr.
All right, so Eric, just an FYI, Leslie Odom Jr. was Aaron Burr in Hamilton. I'm number one fan. Like, the guy's unbelievable. He can do anything.
Ray Liotta's in it.
Yeah, this is going to be amazing. I think he might be playing Paulie Walnuts. I have no idea, but I'm definitely going to see.
He's old already, so he's probably going to be playing the current boss.
Oh, possibly. I don't know, but this is going to be a great movie. Again, little nervous on the new generation wanting to see this. I don't know.
The Sopranos creator David Chase, he wrote it. He co-wrote it, and then Alan Taylor, who also directed several of the episodes, and he also directed Thor: The Dark World and Terminator Genesis.
Yeah, well, we're in. That's it. Like, it's going to be a great movie. Again, don't know if the newer generation is going to be getting on board like we are.
It remains to be seen. I know I am. Matrix 4.
Yeah, huge Matrix fan. Matrix 1, Matrix 2 and 3 was not such a huge fan. I really hope they redeem themselves on 4.
I want to say, you know what? On my last flight that we flew,
you did all 3, right?
I watched all 3 Matrix, and I happen to like every single one. And this created a culture of a look and the way people think about the universe. That are we really living in a matrix? Are we living in a hologram? Are we? Is there another real world? And I feel like there are so few movies that actually have done that. The Matrix 4 should be absolutely epic.
Yeah. This was one of the first movies to go back into production once COVID was in full swing.
Right.
Keanu Reeves does not make bad movies, although I just did watch Bill and Ted Face the Music, and it wasn't his best movie. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't his best movie.
Pretty cool. Neil Patrick Harris is going to be in it.
Yeah, and so's the voice. his name escapes me. Jonathan something. The voice of Sven in Frozen. And the king in
Keanu Reeves, Carrie-Anne Moss, Jada Pinkett Smith are known to be starring alongside franchise newcomers Yaha Abdul-Mateen, Jessica Henwick, Neil Patrick Harris, and Priyanka Chopra.
Yeah, but there's also Jonathan Groff. That's who it is. Jonathan Groff, who was the king in Hamilton.
Really?
He's also in Matrix 4.
What is he playing?
I have no idea. They kept it very tight under wraps. I think it's going to be a great movie. Definitely going to see it. The Matrix is probably in my top 20 favorite movies of all time. The first Matrix movie.
Right.
So I think HBO Max I think it's great. I think HBO knows exactly what they're doing. Warner Brothers knows exactly what they're doing.
Well, to be honest, they didn't have much of a choice. I think the other studios are going to follow suit, probably at least for 2021. I mean, they're only going to be on HBO Max for a month, and then they're going to continue their theatrical run.
So, what do you think the reasoning was behind that?
Because they gotta make money.
Yeah,
I think it's all about that. And the content of 2021 is going to be every week. There's going to be a new blockbuster movie coming out.
Think about this. I already said this. I woke up at 3:00 in the morning saying I believe this. All of these movies coming out on home video were going to be on home video anyway in 2021 because they were all supposed to come out in 2020. So really nothing is changing. The only difference is that they're getting it both in the movies, that if someone wants the movie going experience, they can. But technically they were supposed to come out on your TV anyway in 2021.
Right.
So nothing is changing technically.
Right.
So guys, please leave your comments down below. Hit that bell notification, hit the subscribe button, and like this video. Let us know which movies on HBO Max you want to see. And if there's anything that Eric and I skip, we just did 5 movies that we really wanted to see. Please let us know, and we could definitely have a conversation.
Guys,
everyone, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all tuning in, and till next time. Bye-bye.